Welcome to This Explainer. I want you to think of our time together right now as if we're just sitting down for coffee. Just you, me, and your personal financial advisor having a chat, one professional to another. Look, you have worked incredibly hard to get to where you are today. But right now, we are going to focus on something absolutely crucial that, honestly, your school completely skipped over. We're talking about the fundamental rules of financial literacy and how to actually master the tools of wealth.
So I want you to picture someone you might know very well. Honestly, maybe it's even you. It's the kid who does everything right. You know, they get straight A's, they completely master complex algebra, they know all about history, they grind through years of classrooms, they earn that degree, and finally, after all that relentless hard work, they enter the real world and boom, they land the big job. They get that first real paycheck. It feels like the ultimate victory, right?
But here is the reality check. What actually happens when that first salary arrives? Well, for millions of smart, hardworking young professionals, within just a few weeks, that money is completely gone. Poof! And the crazy thing is, it's really not their fault. Nobody ever sat them down and taught them how money actually works. Traditional education taught us how to earn a paycheck, absolutely, but it left us completely in the dark about how to save, how to invest, and why some people build incredible wealth while others spend their entire lives just on a treadmill chasing it.
Okay, let's dive right into this with Section 1, your first real paycheck, moving beyond the grades.
Getting that paycheck is just step one. Now, we need a massive shift in how you view the money you're bringing in. Most people walk into their first job thinking that making money is the end goal. It's really not. Money is simply a tool. Think of it literally like a hammer. In the hands of someone who knows what they're doing, that hammer builds a house. But in the hands of someone else, it just sits there, completely unused, or worse, it causes damage. Money behaves the exact same way. You're going to see people who earn huge salaries but remain completely broke, while others earn a totally average income and quietly build incredible wealth. The difference isn't the size of the paycheck, it's that money rewards knowledge and it severely punishes ignorance.
Moving on to Section 2, income is not wealth, breaking the illusion.
As an advisor, I see this trap constantly. And as a young professional, it is so incredibly easy to fall for it. You see someone driving a brand new luxury car, and you naturally assume, wow, they're wealthy. But listen, income and wealth are two entirely different things. Income is just the money you receive. So many people earn incredibly high salaries, but they spend every single dollar they make on expensive things, leaving them with absolutely zero savings. If their paycheck stops, their entire lifestyle collapses instantly. True wealth, on the other hand, is the money you keep and grow. It's having financial security and independence even when you're not working. The goal isn't to look rich, the goal is to actually become financially independent.
Which brings us to Section 3, assets versus liabilities, the core rules of the game.
So the crucial point is this. Understanding this difference is easily the single most important concept in personal finance. Let's define an asset really clearly and simply. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket, period. A profitable business? That's an asset. Investments that grow over time? Assets. Even the skills that increase your earning power as a professional can become your greatest assets. The wealthy focus almost all their energy on acquiring these first, before they do anything else.
Now, on the exact opposite side of the coin, we have liabilities. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. That shiny new luxury car with those massive monthly maintenance costs, that is a liability. That incredibly expensive new phone you bought on a monthly installment plan, another liability. The tragic reality here is that so many people spend their entire lives buying liabilities while genuinely believing they are building wealth. What they're really doing is secretly draining their financial future.
So when you get paid, take a hard look at your choices and exactly where that money goes. Buying a skill-building course? That's an asset. Putting money into growing investments or maybe a profitable side business? Assets. But tying your paycheck up in a luxury car on installments, an expensive gadget, or just a high-maintenance lifestyle to impress people, those are liabilities. Every single time you spend, you are choosing which column you're adding to. Let's look at Section 4, savings and smart debt, buying your freedom.
Now that we know the difference between an asset and a liability, we really need to talk about how you handle the money you actually keep. And the first massive mindset shift here is realizing that saving money has absolutely nothing to do with being cheap. I want to pause for a second and ask you a very direct, maybe even slightly uncomfortable question. Imagine your company goes under and you lose your income tomorrow. How long could you actually survive? A week? A month? 6 months? Look, life is highly unpredictable. Jobs disappear, businesses fail, random emergencies happen. Without savings, every single bump in the road instantly becomes a massive crisis.
And that is exactly why saving is actually about buying your freedom. When you put money away, you are buying breathing room in a crisis. You are buying choices and independence. You're buying the ability to make career decisions based on exciting opportunities rather than pure desperation. Every single dollar you save today is literally a shield protecting your tomorrow.
And this brilliantly illustrates the double-edged sword of debt. Look, debt itself isn't inherently evil, but misunderstanding it, that can absolutely destroy lives. Good debt is used very carefully to acquire assets that will increase your future income or value. Bad debt is used to buy things that lose value, generating monthly expenses just so you can appear successful, like a bigger house or a newer car. When you take on bad debt, you literally stop working for yourself. You start working for your monthly payments. Bad debt is quietly stealing your future income.
Moving to Section 5, Time is your partner. The silent forces at play.
So there are these invisible, silent forces in the economy that are at play every single day. And these forces are either working against your hard-earned paycheck or they're working for it. Think about a time frame of 10 years. Imagine you take your cash and you hide it safely under your mattress for an entire decade. It feels safe, right?
But over that decade, there is a massive drop in purchasing power. While the number printed on those bills under your mattress remains exactly the same, what those bills can actually buy keeps shrinking. This is the invisible thief called inflation. Prices rise, money loses its purchasing power. A meal that cost a few dollars years ago costs several times more today. This is the proof that doing nothing with your money slowly, steadily makes you poorer. Just earning a salary is not enough. You absolutely have to protect and grow it.
Now, what's really interesting here is how we fight back against that invisible thief. We use what Albert Einstein supposedly called the eighth wonder of the world, compound interest. Now, whether a theoretical physicist actually gave personal financial advice or not, the mathematical principle is undeniably powerful. It is literally the most accelerating force you have access to. I want you to think of investing like planting a tiny seed. On day one, you plant it, and it feels like absolutely nothing is happening, but you leave it. By year 5, you have a small plant showing steady, undeniable growth. Your money is earning returns, and those returns are generating additional returns. By year 20, you don't just have a plant, you have a giant tree producing countless seeds of its own. Over time, growth doesn't just add up, it multiplies. As a young professional, time is your greatest financial partner. If you start early and stay patient, this mathematical force will literally do the heavy lifting for you.
Finally, let's wrap this up with the game plan, making your money work for you.
Bringing it all together, the biggest lesson from all of this isn't simply some hack for how to make a quick buck. It's a fundamental understanding of what money actually is. School gives you the formulas to get the job, but real life demands financial literacy to keep and grow your wealth. So here are your next steps. Continue gaining financial knowledge. Remember, money is a tool. Next, take consistent action. Prioritize assets over liabilities, use savings for security, and avoid that bad debt. Start early to beat inflation, and most importantly, stay patient so compound growth can work its absolute magic. You do not need to be born rich to succeed at this, and you don't even need a perfect, massive salary. You just need to consistently apply these rules.
The day you truly understand how money works is the day everything shifts. So I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. Are you going to spend the rest of your career on a treadmill, endlessly chasing money just to pay the bills? Or will you take the knowledge we've discussed today, take control, and finally make your money work for you? The choice is entirely in your hands.